about the upcoming general elections, I believe I have a pretty good idea of who will emerge victorious.
Kryeministri Edi Rama ka zhvilluar mbrëmjen e sotme një darkë festive me ambasadorët e huaj në vendin tonë. Rama ka mbajtur një fjalë përshëndetëse, teksa ka uruar për një vit të ri të paqë në të gjithë botën, si dhe për fundin e luftës në Ukrainë dhe konfliktit të Izrael-Gaza. Rama tha se disa fytyra familjare nuk ishin të pranishëm në këtë takim për shkak të udhëtimeve jashtë vendit, si dhe theksoi mungesën e ambasadorit të Rusisë. Kreu i qeverisë shqiptare tha se kjo nuk ishte zgjidhja e tij, por e shtetit të tij që sulmoi padrejtisht Ukrainën. Kryeministri tha më tej se viti 2025 është një vit zgjedhor në Shqipëri dhe nuk kurseu një batut, duke thënë se ambasadorët tashmë e dinë se kush do të jetë fituesi i këtyre zgjedhjeve.
And dear friends, we have gathered here tonight for this annual evening to break bread together, while a year filled with both challenges and opportunities ends, and another year is coming soon. Always on this occasion, I feel somehow sad to see the absence of familiar faces, good friends of this country, who had to sail to other destinations. I know they all miss Albania and the never boring time they had here. I send them my heartfelt wishes and ask that when possible, if possible, you let them know they have our enduring respect and gratitude. Meanwhile, I warmly welcome the newcomers to this table. I'm confident they already feel at home, no need to encourage them further. As we approach a new electoral year, I am certain that questions about the upcoming general elections will soon find their way into your memos and papers. I believe I have a pretty good idea of who will emerge victorious, but besides jokes, I can assure you that regardless of which political side the Albanian people will cast their vote for, they will all decide to stick with the values and the principles of the Euro-Atlantic community, to push for achieving the historical goal of becoming a good, proud member of the United European family, to support individual freedom, the rule of law, and democracy. These are non-negotiable commitments that transcend age, gender, religion, region, or political affiliation among Albanians. Albania has no plan B, only one unwavering and undisputable plan to join the European Union. And within this decade, we'll give it everything we have to make that happen. It goes without saying, though, that we want to be friends, good and loyal friends, to all the others around this table who live, work, and prosper beyond the boundaries of democratic Europe, like the brotherly Gulf countries, for example, whose political system is different from ours, but with whom our bond is strong, and I hope and pray will become even stronger. We cherish our strong alliance and friendship with the United States. I wish that the new year, coming after the longest and maybe the most fought campaign in its remarkable history of democratic battles, and with a new president in the White House, will bring new opportunities to strengthen further our bond. This has been a landmark year for Albania. Looking back, I recall my first meeting with the predecessors of your predecessors a decade ago. At that time, I our primary goal was simply to secure EU candidate status and start repairing Albania's tarnished international reputation. Today, the contrast is staggering. It feels like two entirely different worlds I lived in. It has been tough beyond words, but it has been worth fighting for all we made happen during these years. And we wish that the new year will need us to fly again with no delay for the opening of other clusters, keeping pace with a very ambitious goal we have set together with the EU Commission to close our negotiations at the end of 2027. I know pretty well that nobody will make it easy for us. Every inch forward will demand ever greater effort. But I want you all to know that we are looking just for that, with no illusions and no regrets. Albania's place in Europe is ours to claim, not yours to grant. It is our duty, and ours alone, to light Albania's yellow star in the Union's blue sky. This lesson learned the hard way is one we value deeply, especially thanks to some EU capitals that doubted what we were made of. For you have all heard the expression, an ambassador is an honest person who has to lie for the sake of his country. I do remember the awkwardness of some of your predecessors who had to constantly spin the vetoes or delays imposed on us after the Commission's recommendations to start accession talks with Albania. It wasn't easy, to put it mildly, but it was an incredibly useful learning curve and also an infuriating source of motivation to prove their capitals wrong. I'm not sure we would have grown up to the final task as much as we did if it didn't go that way. So you understand that my thanks above were sincere, and I mean it, as it couldn't be more sincere, the special friendship that was built exactly through that frustrating way between me and the actual NATO Secretary General, a man of liberal bluntness, Dutch ruthlessness, and long prime ministerness. That phase is over, but our struggles to get into the EU are far from over.